my first show, it wasn't necessarily my show, but the first time I got on stage to rhyme for people was maybe like 2001. The Source had an unsigned hype competition.
Right.
And they had one in Richmond at Willie's Records and Tapes, and it was judged by MOP.
Oh, shoot.
So my first time on stage, I had Billy Dan's, Lil Fame, and Lazy Lays watching me.
Wow.
And, I mean, it was dope. It was, there was like 100 contestants. I think I came in like 17th. I was top 20, but they took like the top 16 people. So I was like just outside of the top. So that was my first time being on stage sharing my rhymes for people. Like, other than that, it's just been like just ciphers and battles and stuff.
Okay.
I actually I blank. Like, I don't think anything. I just hear the music and I just go. Right. And that's kind of why, like, when I perform, I never do it the same way. I don't do it the exact way the song is.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? I just kind of do whatever comes to mind. I'll do it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, like I wish there was like a more creative answer. But it's like, yo, I don't know. Like, I'm just gonna get up here and I'm gonna say some stuff and I might grab my junk. First of all, the music has to hit me. Right. And there's a lot of times where I'll get a really dope beat and I love it and I can't do anything with it because I'm like, yo, this will be better off with no vocals.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'll tell them like, yo, just keep this. Like, you don't need anybody rhyming on it. But it has to hit me, like, emotionally. And somehow, I really don't know how to put it in words, which is not very good because I'm a rapper. But the music will just inspire a phrase. And that's how I start. It's just with a phrase.
Okay.
It would probably be one of the old Alpha Male Society joints. Because that... When Alpha Male Society is me, my man Big Hop, Hooks, Don DeGiorgio, Diablo Archer. When we were back in 2012, I believe, we were putting out an EP every month, 4-track EP, and we were never together because we're from all over. Right. We were never together when we recorded or even wrote, so it was kind of a competition thing. At least I took it that way. I'm pretty sure they did too. Yeah. And the way I did it was I was competing for placement, verse placement. I'm like, yo, this verse is going last. You know, I'm gonna have the last verse, or this one's going first. And so it would push me to write something that's like, okay, you know, when we put this together, there's no choice. You have to make this the last verse. Okay. So it may be like my verse from What You Know.
No, I actually wanted you to say that verse though.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'd like to say, what would that verse be?
All right, cool. Let's see. Like it or not, I'm nice with it. 16 bars ease the pain like when Viking is popped. Lightning and hot, pre-written or right off the top. And Don told you last year, don't rival us, nah. Because those are problems you don't want in your life. Your eyeball in opposition is too far for your sight. So don't speak unless you're spoken to. This is long overdue. A 5-star general killer, you ain't a whole platoon. A fofo to your dome and them unloaded tunes. It's just a metaphor telling you what the flow can do. I'm looking over you. You ain't in my line of vision. That's blind ambition, you fuck around and you wind up missing. No competition, Alpha Centauri, we shine and glisten. But still grimy, rewind me so you can pay attention. Efficient, and I'm never mincing my words. What you know about my squad, son, you about to learn this Alpha. I have to name them because I have done, as far as solo work, I've done, there was a album called Plan B. This was way back, 2006.
You have that somewhere?
Somewhere? I might have copies of it somewhere.
Oh, it's not online?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It actually,
Because I was just,
if my MySpace page still exists, it might be up there.
Wow.
Or at least a couple of tracks from it.
Okay.
I did an EP the next year called School of Thought. I did an EP with the Jake a few years later. That was called Super Drug. Solo album, Surface Entrance. An EP, Triumph Season. The Iron Team. Penstroke of Genius.
Right.
And then Hustle of Culture.
Right.
And so, man,
Man.
Wow.
Wow, okay.
I'll be rapping, man.
Hey.
It's wonderful and it's awful at the same time. Like, I'm an introvert. Okay. And, like, I really don't like people. I don't like people. So the whole networking and business side of it is terrible for me, but it's necessary. Gotcha. I would much rather just sit in my room, which doubles as my studio, write and record all day, and then have someone else do it. But you can't do that in this day and age. You can't. You will suffer. Right. So you got to get out there. You got to not necessarily shake hands and kiss babies, but you got to build relationships. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. It's great and it's wonderful. I love having the control that I have over what I put out, my product and my brand, as much as I hate thinking in those terms. Right. It is what it is. Mallz is a brand. Yeah. The name you know, the face you trust. When I first started recording, I was doing it screaming into a boombox, that had a mic capability. Yeah. I never had a 4-track. I didn't even know anyone who, actually I did know someone who had a 4-track, but by that time, which was like the mid to late 90s, there was Cool Edit Pro. And shout out to Peter Quisgard. If you are a true nerd, you know Peter Quisgard, because he was the one who got the key for everybody to get Cool Edit Pro for free. Okay. So my man had Cool Edit Pro, and this was like back in the days of, this is like early internet rap. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So people were putting stuff out on Real Audio with Real Player. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it sounded so terrible, but it's like, yo, you can, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so like, technology has kind of made it easier and easier for people to get higher quality stuff that's pretty much the exact same stuff they use in the big studios. Yeah. So it's only a matter of time before you're able to either literally press vinyl yourself, or it becomes a lot less expensive. Yeah. Because that's kind of, at least for me personally, that's kind of the thing. That's why there's no Mallz vinyl right now. Right. It's hella expensive, and I am, not a nonprofit organization, so I gotta pay for all that stuff myself. Yeah. I'm an art nerd. Growing up, like, 3 things I loved was, hip hop, art, and basketball. Right. So I was, big into comics as a kid. Okay. I fell out of it once comics started becoming like $2 a pop, $3 a pop. Now they're like $4 and $5, and I've kind of jumped back into comics now. Okay. So I love drawing. I love art, and just the arts in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of a quasi movie head. I'm a geek, man. I like nerdy stuff. I read and all that. I really don't do a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, nothing super exciting. Like, I don't skydive or nothing like that. Right. Always, if you want Mallz in your city, and you should, hit me up, man. Twitter @Mallz. That's probably the best place to reach me. You can hit me up on Facebook. I don't really like Facebook, but it's a necessary evil. I believe you can find me at Mallzini, Mallzini. My music is on Bandcamp, malls.bandcamp.com. I got some stuff on iTunes. Got some stuff on Spotify, all that stuff. You can find me. Do your Googles.
Right. That's what's up. Peace, bro.
Peace.